Trains, trucks, and good old country music with the Yankee and the Brit.
Well, hello, y'all, I'm glad you're here. Sit back, relax, pull up a chair, kick off your boots, and grab yourself a beer. We got a special show tonight. Don't wear those yoga pants so tight. It's kind of a distraction from everything we're trying to do here. We're the Yankee and the Brit. Though we don't do no politics, yeah, we like M&M's, we don't take no shit. We're the Yankee and the Brit. We love what we do. The Yankee and the Brit show is for you. Oh, welcome to the Yankee and the Brit.
Live from Texas, it's Saturday night.
That ain't country.
Richard Lynch, and I like my music country. Yankee and the Brit, the RTM Radio Network on a Saturday night. Hello, everybody. What's going on, man?
Good evening. It's Saturday, you gorgeous, gorgeous thing.
Just remember, it's a country night to remember with the Yankee and the Brit. Wes Brown, Beverly Gosdin night, and Mike Poole, the drummer for Wes Brown. It's going to be some good stuff, man. Alaska is in the house.
Yeah, Marie is all the way from Alaska. How
Damn.
cool.
That's too cold for me. You have to come down yonder here into Texas and get warmed up a little bit.
I know, and she's got like cold weather in Alaska and sunglasses on.
It's probably 60, 70 degrees right now.
Really? Oh, man.
No, I don't think so. It gets that warm up there, though.
I saw some gorgeous, gorgeous photos of Alaska, and I was like, oh, my gosh, I'm in love.
I know. I'd love to go up there and ride the railroad. That's what I'd prefer to do. But that's just me. John Zombie in the house, man. What's going on? Sandy?
Hello.
Cranky Pants is here. Hi, baby. What's going on? Uncle Larry, the lead trucker of the RTM radio network chicken hauler fleet. Nice to see you here, Uncle Larry. Let's see who else we got in here. Marie, of course. Brenda. Hi, Brenda. You busy little thing, you, working her little legs off up there in the frozen tundra of Ohio.
I know. I could not stand it up there. Is it snowing up there now, Brenda? Oh, my gosh, I just couldn't stand all that cold and snow and shoveling.
I don't know what it's doing up there, man. Last time I looked, it was like 70 degrees. I don't know how long ago that was, a few weeks back or a week ago or something. But then it's cold and it snows and it rains. Oh, I love Texas. Can't argue with that. Well, how's everybody tonight? You ready for a good show? I hope so. Hope it turns out good.
Hey, look who's in the chat. Mr. Jack Server.
Hello, Jack.
Now then, Mr. Jack Server. I just love your tunes. He sent over some tunes in an email last week. And
No, didn't we play one?
No, we played about 10.
Well,
my gosh.
We did? No, I mean on the show.
Oh, no, not on the show, no.
We haven't played any yet?
No, but we should though, shouldn't we?
We'll get one loaded up over there then, Brit.
Guitar done.
Let's guitar. I was going to say, let's guitar done.
Howdy.
Howdy, Mr. Jack. How are you, sir?
There, look. I know.
Sandy's in full bloom tonight. I got your cranky pants.
Yeah, she's now back from a cruise.
Yep, she's back to normal. Everything's good again.
Yeah, she's needing another holiday.
She got to relax. She had fun. She talked nice to people. Now she's back with us.
Yes,
cranky pants. Ah, rah, rah, rah. 14 degrees in Alaska. Oh, my God. I got relatives up there somewhere. Probably why they don't talk to any of the rest of us. They're too frozen stiff to move their lips or something.
Now, is she in the same temperature type thing as you? Or is
you mean Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, oh my gosh.
Of course. Why wouldn't they be? It's the United States.
Degrees.
Oh, you don't know much about the United States, friggin' Brit.
Well, I didn't know whether Alaska was in America or not. I know I'm a bit stupid, but there you go.
Oh, how many states are in the country?
Let's get all the embarrassing stuff out of the way first.
I guess. Oh, you still got a lot to learn.
Hey, look, I helped her with the phone. I know the phone stuff.
Yeah, at least you can do worth something over there. Alrighty, yeah, going to be a good night tonight, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Wes Brown and Beverly Gosdin night. The wife of Vern Gosdin is going to be here, along with Mike Poole. Mike was in here last night to show. Guy's got all kinds of information. How cool is that? So, going to love it, man. Well, let's move along here. Let's get some tunage going here. We're going to have a whole lot of Wes Brown music here coming up about 7:30 until 8 when they get in here, and we start this long conversation. I think it's going to be good, man. Beverly's got a lot of information for people, and Wes has got some great tunage. I can't wait to talk to him and see what his story is.
And don't forget the drummer boy,
Mike Poole. Poole.
Yes, he's going to be in here too.
And of course, I can't wait till the end when we get to ask Wes those 10 questions. That's my favorite part of the show, actually.
Oh my god!
The end is always the best. See what he's really got to say about.
Let's see what Beverly's got to answer to all these questions as well. I know she's listening tonight.
Oh, we're going to ask them both. Okay,
yes,
we can do that.
will.
Beverly,
Yes.
prepare yourself.
Prepare yourself.
I'm going to play I'm going to
questions.
play your song. That's not a country song, and then I'm going to ask you those questions. So it's only fair, I think. So be prepared. The RTM Radio Network with the Yankee and the Brit. 7-Eleven's the time. Get yourself a Slurpee. Otherwise, let's do some music. Country Boy and Aaron Lewis.
I grew up down an old dirt road in a town.
Yankee and the Brit.
Oi!
I'm talking
I'm
over here.
talking.
No, my
I said
turn.
the Yankee and the Brit.
No, I got
RTM.
something to say over here, and I'm going to say
Radio
it before you
Network.
get a chance to say it. Go on,
Anything
then.
you can say, I can say.
Go
better,
on,
baby.
then, ladies. I use the term loosely
No,
before
I've got
gentlemen.
nothing to say now. Nothing.
Yankee and the Brit, the RTM Radio.
Radio Network.
God damn it.
Good evening, guys.
Oh, hello, everybody. Hi, Rachel.
Top of the hour, we will be having Wes Brown along with the most beautiful Beverly Gosdin Knight, the wife of the voice of country, Vern Gosdin.
If you want to see Beverly in a nightgown, go look at her page. Oh, baby.
And we will also be having the amazing Mike Poole coming on the show too.
Where is Mike? He should be
Where
in
is
here
he?
already.
Where are you, Mike?
We have questions
Stop
for Mike.
scratching your nuts. Where
Say
is
it.
Mike?
Don't mind. You have to tell everybody everything?
Well,
Christ, guys, they're nuts itch. That's the way it is. What are you going to do? Oh, all right, then. Let's move along here. I got a cool tune we're going to play right here. Check this one out. Wow. Hell yeah. That's getting her done right there.
good evening. Sharon's in the chat room and Wendy has just come in as well.
That's Jack Serber, by the way, if you wouldn't interrupt me every goddamn time I try to say
I will
something.
interrupt you every
Well,
time.
shut up a minute. I got something important to talk
Oh, come
about
on.
over here.
You have something important to say. Come
Jack's-
on, I'm just dying to hear.
Jack Serber, that's what!
What about it?
Read it!
Oh, he says, thank you, RTM.
That's
we
his
appreciate
music. Two
you.
songs by Jack, and they kick ass, man. That rocks, buddy. I like that last one
Yes.
especially.
We was
That's my
listening
kinda
to you
stuff.
actually the other day while we was working, Mr. Jack, and it was just cool. I just love it.
Yeah, good stuff, man. That's awesome. I'm glad I chucked that in there. Good stuff. All right, one more, and then we're going to hit some Wes Brown. We got lots of that over
All right,
here.
Sandy Pants.
So let's do one more here from Brian Randall, and then we'll round up Wes Tunage over here, and we'll probably be jamming that for the next 20 minutes or so until the Wes and Beverly Gosdin night, and Mike Poole till they all show up here at 8 o'clock. Brian Randall and that neon smoky haze with the Yankee and the Brit. The RTM Radio Network on a country Saturday night.
Whiskey and women, dance floor spinning, country music Saturday night.
Yankee and the Brit, the RTM Radio Network. It is a Saturday night with Wes Brown, Beverly Gosdin Night, and Mike Poole joining us here at 8 o'clock. We are going to jam some of this Wes Brown music.
And I tell you what, me and Randy was listening yesterday to Wes's recorded music album. Come on, help me out here. What was we listening to?
It's an
Yeah,
album,
we was listening to his album, and it is just the coolest ever. It is just amazing, absolutely fantastic.
And everybody, welcome the Queen of Norway.
Sil Jekko is in our chat
I can't believe it.
room.
We have a listener in Norway. How cool is that?
Yes.
We got a listeners in Scotland. Bloody hell. We've got British listeners.
Yankee and the Brit Show.
We've had our
joining the
Australians,
dots.
but they all disappear. Well, Jace comes in once in a while.
And we also have Jack in the chat room is from all the way from Fort Worth.
Oh, geez, he's a whole 80 miles away. What do you know?
He probably sees us putting our signs up.
He probably wrote that last song while I was over there rounding up some longhorns in the middle of the street over there.
That's how we can get an interview out of Jack, actually. We could grab him by the ears and pull him over to us.
Drag him
while
over
we-
here?
Yeah, while we are in Fort Worth.
Take a ride, Jack. Come on over. It's about an hour
Yeah,
ride. Hour and a
come
half,
on
I
over.
should say, basically. You would think it would be faster. It's only 80 miles. You think it'd take 80 minutes, but it takes a lot longer because people drive like idiots around here. But that's all right. We'll deal with them. Toll road almost all the way. Take the toll roads. I don't care what anybody says. When you come to Dallas, take a toll road. Pay the money. It's cheap. nonstop. You can go from one side of the Metroplex to the other. I don't care where you're going, north, south, east, west, out into the little areas. There's freeways.
I'd say go for it if you could do it idiot-free, but there's all those morons out there who text and drive. If you are in the chat room and you text and drive, get out now.
Idiot-free. That ain't going to happen. I was just wondering if Wendy had balls, because she said it was cold enough to freeze the balls off
if I had balls, they'd be inside.
Sharon said, Scotland ain't freezing. If I had balls, they'd be cold. Well, so your nipples are pointy. Don't scratch the glass on your monitor. Be careful with that.
You guys are crazy being up at this time in Scotland right now.
Know,
what time is it Donna time?
It is 1:35 in the morning.
1:35 in the morning, and
Bloody
Scotland is still awake listening to the Yankee and the Brit show on Spreaker.com.
What time is it in Norway, Silja? Must be like, what? Like bumfuck Egypt in the morning or something over there? In the afternoon? I don't know. I have no idea what the time difference is between here and Norway. But that's cool. Okay, let's move on here. Let's get some of this Wes Brown music jamming over here. And we'll be jamming this here until 8 o'clock when Wes Brown, Beverly Gosdin Night, and Mike Poole all show up. This is going to be cool.
Trains, trucks, and good old country music with the Yankee and the Brit on RTM Radio.
If you've been listening to the Yankee and the Brit for more than 4 hours, you may need to seek medical advice.
Hi, this is Wes Brown. Y'all join us on the 4th of March with the Yanki and the Brit. We're going to talk about some good old traditional country music. We got some good things cooking. Y'all ain't going to want to miss it. Hi, this is Wes Brown. Y'all join me here, Wes. No, look, I fumbled the ball, y'all. Let me back up. Hi, this is Wes Brown. Join. Oh, Lord. Now, look, I done started. I'm getting cold feet, I guess. Hi, this is Wes Brown. Join me and Yankee and the Brit on the 4th of March. We're going to have a good old time.
What you got to me?
Some real country music. Wes Brown and What If. Before that, Wes Brown and I forgot what it was. I'd already changed it. Yankee and the Brit, the RTM Radio Network. Wes Brown, we're jamming some of his great music. Wes, Beverly Gosdin Night, and Mike Poole should all be here about 8 o'clock. We'll be talking with them guys for a little while, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, more Wes Brown music.
Hello, everybody out there. This is Beverly Gosdin Night, and I just want to let y'all know that my T-shirts are now available, and Wes Brown's T-shirts are now available, and other merchandise. We have hats and other things, whatever y'all want to order from Yankee and the Brit. You can go on and get in touch with them and order whatever you want.
Okay, you heard it, guys and girls. Go to theyankeeandthebrit.com/Wes-Brown.
Wes Brown and These Arms.
Darling, tell me.
That's some good stuff right there. Wes Brown and These Arms. Moving right along over here.
On the 4th of March, Wes Brown is going to be joining us. This is a little something that you may expect to hear on that Saturday night on the Yankee and the Brit show.
Don't take it away.
I actually was, blessed to actually get to meet and actually do some recording. Actually, I lived with Vern Gosdin for about 8 months. I think we couldn't put up with each other no more after that. But and that was back in, I think it was 2003 or something. But you know what? I got to record with him, and we got to talk and do a lot of talking. And you know what, Vern, he really taught me a lot about the country music. But one thing he did too that stood out, he said, you know what? You can't if you can't make someone feel something that you ain't experienced. If you ain't experienced it, or if you don't, if you can bring tears to someone's eyes, or if you can, it's hard to really put that feeling into music unless you, I guess, been through some stuff. You know what I mean?
Darling, I'm sorry. I stepped over the line.
Also joining Wes Brown will be Beverly Gosdin Night, the wife of Vern Gosdin, the voice of country, this March 4th, 8 p.m., right here with the Yankee and the Brit. Maybe you're listening and not chatting.
Maybe you're plucking your eyebrows.
Maybe you're washing the dishes.
Maybe you're cleaning the toilet. But either way, it all goes down much better when you're jamming to the Yankee and the Brit on the RTM Radio Network.
Just chiseled in, till it's chiseled in stone.
Wes Brown and Chiseled in Stone, bringing back real country music. Isn't that some beautiful stuff? What a voice. Damn, that guy's awesome.
It's more than music. More than music. It's a state of mind. Don't stop. Let's go. It's a way of life. And there's nobody that throws down country better than this.
Welcome everybody. On the RTM Radio Network.
Chip off the old block, Wes Brown. Wes and Beverly Gosdin Night and Mike Poole will be joining us here in just a bit.
Jump sounded just like Haggard.
Thank God for the working man.
Wes Brown and Blue Collar. Yes, thank God for the working man. We're all about the blue collar guys around here. Well, guess what? It's that time, just about 8 o'clock with the Yankee and the Brit and the RTM Radio Network. I went and got my pillow to sit on. My ass is killing me. And Donna's like, don't fart on your pillow.
Yeah, don't fart on your pillow because it'll stink tonight. And I have to lie next to that pillow.
Yeah, but you know what? I can always flip it over and put the brown stain on the other side, so not a big deal. It's just like your underwear.
Lovely.
Turn it inside out after a couple of weeks. All right, let's get on the phone here. We have a couple guests with us tonight. Hello, everybody. What's going on over there?
What's up?
What's up? Hello, Beverly.
Hi.
Hello.
How y'all doing?
Doing all right. How are you, Wes?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Doing all right. Is Mike hiding out there in the background somewhere?
I think Mike's at the mall doing something crazy.
It's Mike's birthday tonight, and he is 95 and a half today.
Mike, you're 95?
And a half today.
95 and a half. Don't
Yes.
forget the half.
She's giving you the benefit of the doubt.
When you get to that age, Mike, every day is counted.
I love that accent.
So how y'all doing? Everybody all got your heads screwed on straight over there?
We're good.
All righty. Where do we start? What do we got to talk about? You guys got all kinds of stuff to tell us.
Yes, let's start talking about your songs that we was listening to last night, Mr. Wes. We was listening to some of your tunes off your website yesterday, and there is some awesome, awesome songs in there. I cannot believe that comes from your mouth. Wow.
Oh, Lord, thank you. You know what? I can't believe a lot of the things that come from my mouth. I'd agree with you on that.
I can't believe it either.
Right to say when it ain't raining.
Well, I said the exact same thing to Donna. I said, I can't believe we talked to this guy on the phone, and when he sings, good Lord, you'd never know it was the same man.
Yeah, because he sounds like a damn redneck, right?
I didn't say a damn thing over here.
And we have Wes Brown's drummer on the line too, Mr. Mike Poole, the one who's 95 and a half today. Beverly Gosdin Knight, the wife of the voice of country, Vern Gosdin. So we have it all going on the show tonight.
Yeah, I gotta tell you one thing about Wes. I mean, he'll go on live, and you're talking about what comes out of his mouth. He'll sit down and he'll just start making up stuff, and it's like, oh my God, what's he gonna say next? You know? Making it up as he goes along, and it's like, okay.
You got any recordings of that? Let's play some back.
Oh, yeah. They're all live. They're on here.
Well, we got some.
Yes, we played your bloopers, Mr. Wes.
I don't know if you know that, Wes. We recorded your whole conversation the other day.
Oh, wow. If y'all recorded a lot on me, I don't know. I might need to warn some people. We might need to put one of them little warnings for it.
Yes, you do come with a government health warning.
Which conversation did you record?
Everything you say can and will be used against you in the court of radio.
look, I promise you, I'm familiar with that. They'll use it against you. Look, I don't mind, man. You know what? If it comes, I ain't never been the type of guy that tells someone don't tell no one this. Or if I say it, look, I gotta live like I'm in a glass house nowadays. You know.
Hey, Mike, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
There's a lady in the chat, Sharon. She's from Scotland. She wants to know, is it easy to play drums?
Hell no. You got to teach yourself. Actually, to be honest with you, playing drums is a gift. You got to be really coordinated to play, and there's a lot of people who are not coordinated. So actually, I'm kind of blessed in that deal because I'm a self-taught drummer, and I'm also left-handed. I can play right-handed, but I prefer left. It's really hard.
Can you play any other musical instruments?
Can I play anything else?
Yeah.
No. The only thing I ever concentrated on was drums.
What about you, Wes? Can you play anything else?
Oh, yeah. I can play, I play the drums, keyboard, bass, harmonica. Lord, I play about everything. Everything I've tried to play so far, I've been blessed, been able to play it. I don't mess with flutes and horns and stuff like that. That's just not my thing. But, yeah, look, I can play a lot of different instruments.
Wow.
Okay, back to Mike for just a second here. Sharon up in Scotland says, how big is your drums, laddie? Could you play with a kilt on?
She said what?
She wanted to know if you could play with a kilt on.
That depends on if I have underwear on or not.
Well,
of course not. They don't wear nothing like
if
that.
you're wearing a kilt, you're not supposed to wear underwear, which is all good and well unless you're on stage and you've got like loads of screaming young ladies throwing their underwear at you. And
wouldn't that give you a third beat?
That's why I got a double pedal.
Good answer. All right. Okay. So, Wes, what got you into country music?
I'll tell you what, I can't tell you. I really liked country music when I was a kid. I loved Def Leppard and stuff like that. You know, I was more into rock and roll. But around the time Garth Brooks, The Dance. That song was a turning point in my whole life. That's the song I learned how to play the guitar on. The song I decided I was going to be a singer, and you know, all off that one video. He was sitting on a stool and he was playing his guitar, starting off the video, and yeah, that's when I got into it. And look, I grew up in the country, you know. It was either that, my dad either listened to that or that oldies radio, stuff like Run Around Sue and stuff.
Wow, I haven't heard that in a long time.
When did you first pick up your guitar?
A guitar?
Yes, your guitar.
I don't know if I've ever played a guitar.
Whatever it is. Whatever it is.
I was 9 years old. I got it for my birthday, on my 9th birthday. And actually, I went. They got me a guitar, and they got me a guitar lesson, and then they went by and got a divorce. All in the same day. But yeah. The guitar lesson didn't work out. He tried to teach me Jingle Bells, and I just decided I wasn't going to play. And then I saw that video about 6 months later, and I started pecking on it and just trying to do what he did. And I've been playing ever since.
Wow. Well, obviously it comes naturally to you because it just sounds so fantastic. It's so sweet and smooth.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. I've been doing it for a while, but it's a God-given talent, man. It's I can't sit. Now, I mean, the guitar, and I'm not sitting here claiming to play the guitar actually, everything I do is real simple. I mean, if I can do it, anyone can do it. I just, you know, you can put some feeling into a normal lick, and it ain't a normal lick anymore.
Well, not just anybody can do it. I tried that once. Don't work so well.
What were your musical influences when you was a young boy, Mr. Wes?
Oh, man, look, well, you know, like I said, early on was like Def Leppard, but I got to say Hank Jr. You know, I started in the nightclubs when I was 12 sitting in with other bands, but 13 I had my own band. But, yeah, you know, I went through a stage of Hank Williams Jr., and then I went through a Stevie Ray Vaughan stage, you know, where I guess, you know, playing the guitar and trying to play it behind my head and all that, and then, you know, mix in a little bit of I don't know, a little bit of Merle. Hank Jr. was my biggest, I loved Hank. Boy, I did. And I tried to pattern myself after him too much, kind of backfired on me in some ways. But it took me a while to figure out who I was, who Wes Brown really was as an artist.
And what about you, Beverly? What were your early music memories?
My early music memories?
Yes.
Well, actually, I had a brother that recorded a record in 1964. I was maybe 4 years old, and that was the most exciting thing to me is hearing my brother's song on the radio. And he came from he used to play with Johnny Rivers band, and so I've been in music all my life too. I guess before I met Vern. So.
Wow! And how did you meet Vern?
Oh well, that's all in the book now. Okay. It was at I met him here in my hometown, and I was actually doing a talent contest that night.
What contest?
A talent contest.
Oh, okay.
And Sam Vern was local too, and he came in, and he got up and sang that night too in the talent contest. And you know who won? He did, of course. But and that's how we met. And after he got off stage, he came and sat with me, for the rest of the night. And we were talking, and he said, I really shouldn't be up here, singing. He said, I'm already on my third single. He already had Yesterday's Gone and Hanging On, and he was on Till the End, and that was his third one. And he said, I really shouldn't be up here because this is not fair, to you guys. But nobody knew who he was, at the time, because he wasn't really playing shows or nothing then. So
do you remember who spoke first? Did you speak to him, or did he speak to you?
Well, I had a mutual friend, Howard Garland. He was the band that was there that night, and he come over and asked me if Vern could sit down with me that night, and I said sure. I didn't know who he was, but he could sing then. So anyway, we were sitting there talking, and anyway, that's how we got together, and been together ever since.
Did he have a great one-liner for you when he sat down with you?
I think she said to him, "Hey, do you fancy a haircut, baby?"
No, actually, he was like, he said, I'm fixing to go to Nashville next week and play the Grand Ole Opry. You want to go with me? And I said, why do I want to go to the Grand Ole Opry with you? I don't even know you. And he was telling me about, these songs he had out and stuff. Because I didn't know who he was. And but anyway, that's how it all started. Yeah, the one-liner that he got me with that night, I was getting in the car to leave, and he looked at me and he said, I'm going to marry you. He said, you're going to be mine. And that was what he told me the first time I met him. So.
Well, I'd say that's a hell of a pickup line. Let's go to the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah, let's go to the Grand Ole Opry. I got to play there. And so anyway, yeah, I went. And
that's awesome. I can't wait to hear more about that.
It's all in the book.
I wanted to go back to Wes a minute. Wes, someone had a question in the chat here. What name were you born with? Is it actually Wes, or is that for Wesley, or what's the real story?
Yeah, actually, my name is Wesley Adam. Only my mama, and when my mama's mad at me, they say Wesley Adam. But yeah, Wesley Adam Brown is my real name. But yeah, Wes. What I was told when I was young said, go by Wes, and when you get older and you get smarter and more wise, go by Wesley. And I just never got smarter and wise, so I just kept it with
Wes. Sounds like it worked out. Mama was right after all.
But everyone, everyone's always calls me West, like East, West. So, yes. Yeah, I wish there was something more exciting about that.
When you were in your band, when you were 12, what sort of stuff did you play?
What kind of stuff did I play with the band?
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, I found a recording about 6 songs when I was 16. Oh. I played a lot of Leonard Skinner. A lot. You know what? As far as, and I know we ain't brought up Vern on my part yet, but all I remember hearing about Vern growing up, my daddy used to tell me, he said, son, if you break my Vern Gosdin CD, I'm going to break your fingers. And that was pretty serious. So I knew that he must have been a heck of an artist that, when I heard him, it was crazy because we had, my style was a lot like his, and I really didn't even know who he was, early on. So
So how did you all come together then? So there you are playing Vern's music and stuff, and
Well, the way I got hooked up with Vern Gosdin was, it's funny how Beverly said something to do with the talent show or whatever. I was up in Nashville with, I can't remember, with some guys anyways, and at the Nashville Palace they were having a talent show. And I ain't never been a talent show type of guy, you know, I ain't. And, but they talked me into getting into it. And I got in it and sung Chiseled and Stone and won it. And if you won, you got to come back the next week and I think do like 2 sets with the band. And when I come back the next week to sit in with the band, Vern Gosdin was there. He got there with, actually he showed up with Kenny Lee and they come in. Vern went up there. He sung Set 'Em Up Joe. He sung Chiseled and Stone. Then he come off stage and threw me the microphone. He said, "All right, son, let's see what you got."
wow.
Yeah, I was nervous.
It sounds like touching that Vern Gosdin music was going to be like going out and picking your own willow switch off the tree.
I'll tell you what, it was very intimidating, but now I sung his song right back to him, and he actually was the first one to stand up and gave me a standing ovation. So that meant a lot to me. And we just, you know, we kind of, I mean, hanging out there here and there and, you know, recording together. And, you know, we get on each other's nerves. I ain't going to lie, Vern was, he could be well, we on radio, but he could be yeah.
Nah, this is internet radio, son. You can say whatever flips your burger.
Hell yeah. Well, he's a son of a bitch, then. I think you know what? Linda asked me that, Beverly. She asked me, messaged me and said something about, did she mind or did I mind if she called me son? And no, that's what Vern used to call everyone.
That's what Vern called. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I hate to keep jumping back and forth here with the questions, but I'm trying to keep up with the.
You do.
Shut up! I'm trying to keep up with the. I'm trying to keep up with the chat over here. John Zombie wants to know if you didn't turn to music, Wes, as a career, what would you probably be doing now?
Well, what I did do for several years, I'm a welder. I can't really say I've done a lot of, you know, pipe welding, but I've done most fabricating, like in a fab shop. I started off building like utility trailers and stuff, and then I got on up to you know, very tedious stuff, TIG welding, aluminum welding, and you know what, it was good. It was great living life under a welding hood, but I was a whole different person, man, you know, and that was after you live half your life, you know, I ain't going to say chasing a dream. You know what? I'm just doing me. You know what? I ain't chasing no dream anymore because, you know, this makes a little money every now and again. But, you know, people don't understand my vision. And, you know, there's very select few that, and they're on the line right now with all of us. And I'm very fortunate that we've found a group of people like this because, you know, I've been the black sheep. I've been, you know, I'm a real guy. You know what? I ain't Nashville made. I'm not a pretty boy. You know what? I bump my head all the time. You know, I might screw up and I might have a buzz when we get done with this interview. You know, but
you and Willie hanging together, are you?
Nah, you know what? Hang with me. You know? Nah, I need to look him up. Maybe he'll hear this. I need to get a little Willie Nelson.
Let me ask you, Wes, what's the best stick to weld cast with?
What is nickel? Did you say weld cast?
Yes, sir, I did.
Weld it with a nickel rod.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to confirm that in my own head because that's what I've been using, and it seems to work pretty good because like a 1016, a 1060, I forget what the number is now. It don't work worth a crap. It keeps snapping off.
Yeah, you just go and get you use a nickel rod for cast iron now, and it just depends on what you are welding up or whatever. You can, if you need to ever call me or message me or something, I know my ins and outs around the welding world. You know what? Even though I try to lie these days and say I don't know how to do it because I ain't been working, I've just been sorry, you know. But you know what? I'm starting to. This music thing's actually, the wheels are starting to turn, man. And you know what? There's some big things on the horizon. You know, which everyone is funny. It's one of them situations. Everyone's going to say, you know what? If you make it to the top, I knew I was behind you the whole way. I knew you could do it. And if you don't make it, they're going to say, you know what? He pissed it away. You know, I knew he couldn't do it. So.
Well, I was going to say that. You know, when you become big time, don't forget who we are.
I always come back to the Yanki and the Brit.
Oh, we make sure you don't forget us, whether it's for good or bad.
You could never forget us, Beverly. Once seen, never forgotten.
I want to ask.
I could not, because I was in a love shack.
We will play that for you in just a few moments.
I got it all lined up for you. If you saw I answered your post, I said, done.
I was in the love shack.
Hey, Wes, I want to ask
you
you.
guys are just great.
I want to ask Wes about the blue collar song. What's that? That come from the heart? Because I'll tell you what, I can relate to that tune.
Man, you know what? Actually, Kenny Lee wrote that song. But when I recorded that song, I can't tell you. I knew about blue collar working because when I wasn't in the bars on the weekend, I was working for my dad most of the time and doing all kind of stuff and running chainsaw and heavy equipment. But you know what? I learned more about it. When I just had to get out there and. I looked around and there wasn't no brother, no daddy, no nothing there to hold my hand and help me out later on in life. That's when I really learned about the blue collar world, had to grow up a little bit. But yeah, that song, I really enjoy that. We have one on the album that was called Elvis is Alive, man. I wish we could have kept that cut. Y'all would have enjoyed that, but he sold it, so we didn't do that.
So Mike, how did you get hooked up with that reprobate Wes Brown?
How did I get hooked up with Wes?
Yes.
My lovely lady, Beverly. That's how I got hooked up. Beverly and I was talking one night, and
the star.
Yeah, the star, exactly. That's what I was getting ready to say.
Right.
We got talking about Vern's star in the Hall of Fame in Alabama. And I told her I've seen that star many times. And next thing you know, we started talking, and she mentioned Wes's name, and I said, well, that's cool. Send me some stuff. And she sent Wes's stuff, and my mouth has hit the floor. I was like, oh, man, I have got to get with this guy. He is awesome. So we just didn't, everything fell in place after that.
So did Wes weld you a drum kit together?
Did he what?
Did he weld you a drum kit together?
No.
But the wheels are turning now, aren't they? That Brit wants me to weld up a drum set.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mike,
be honest with you, I didn't even know he was a welder until later on. I was just more or less interested in the music thing. So, I mean, that's the thing that really got me. I was like, because like I said, Wes is. I want to brag on you a little bit, Wes. I'm telling you what, to be totally honest with you, I've been everywhere in music. I played with top notch, and Wes is awesome. I mean, I cannot wait to get on stage in front of about 50,000 people with Wes. Man, he is going to be awesome.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Well, we were talking in the chat, I think, last night. If you don't mind repeating some of it, tell us some of the people that you've played with.
Me?
In a band. What you do personally is your problem.
Well, I was with Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton for about 3.5 years on the Islands in the Stream album. I did a tour with them. And I was also played with Vince Gill and Carrie Underwood. I've been on stage with Keith Urban, Brad Paisley, Carrie Underwood as a single. I just been on stage with just about everybody. Blake Shelton, I've been on stage with him. I did the CMAs with Blake, CMA award show, and it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing that. This is like the third time I've done it, but not with Blake, but I did it with Kenny and Dolly back in the day on the CMAs. But just a quick
question: What's Blake like personally? Is he a nice guy, or is that just
Blake? Blake is a great guy. I mean, just you gotta understand about one thing about Blake. I mean, with him being out in the limelight, he's got to kind of watch his P's and Q's, which I understand that and everything. But I tell you what, getting Blake, I'm gonna tell on him. Getting Blake behind the scene, Blake is one funny son of a bitch. I mean, he will crack you up. Well, he will keep you laughing and keep you in stitches.
He strikes me as that, but it's hard to tell sometimes because, like you said, he can't get too out of line with what he does all the time. So I could relate to that, I guess.
Yeah, well, I tell you, no one is as bad as Brad Paisley. This man, I'm telling you, don't ever pull a joke on him because he will get you back and get you back worse.
I went to school with a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
Oh, what do we have here then?
What was that?
Yes, what was that racket?
Sounds like Wes is getting ready to play us a live song.
What was all that
Sounds
noise?
like it.
I wanted to ask Wes one more song too. Beverly says this is her favorite song, and I know a lot of women like this. Wes, what's the story with the song "What If"? Where'd that come from?
Oh, I just I can't really open up and tell you too much where it comes from, but it was a chapter in my life. Like I said, I'm on my third and final wife, hopefully. But like I said, put me in a tight spot there. It come from the heart, and get my ass chewed and getting cheated on or whatever. It's easy to get cheated on though when you're always staying out all night and playing a guitar, and that's you trying to call that a job. Not a lot of people buy it.
Hey, we respect your right to privacy. You don't say any more than you want to.
Well, if you're going to be breaking into music, me and Randy want to beat you to that first, because we have a little song to sing for 95-and-a-half-year-old Mike Poole. Are you ready, husband?
Yes. Are you ready for this, Mike?
2.
I'm ready. Yeah.
1.
Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, dear Mike Poole, 95-and-a-half years old.
Today.
Happy birthday to
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And for the record, I'm only 57.
I knew we'd get it out of him one way or another.
57.
We're in the con saying, who's dying?
Hey, where's this guitar of yours, Mr. Wes? I know you're just itching to play.
I'm always itching to play.
There you go, Wes. Go for it, brother.
You want to croon a tune? Help yourself. I'm sure everybody will get a kick out of it.
Look, I just thought about this one. I don't think anyone's hardly heard this song. I wrote this through some recent events about a year ago. The words will explain it. Listen, I'll play a piece of it. I don't have the right words. I don't know what to say. My heart is breaking, and yours will today. You don't even know this. I done packed all my things, and I love you forever, but I'm leaving today. Girl, I tried and I tried to make this thing work. I can't keep living the way my heart hurts. Girl, you are my best friend, yet you're my worst enemy. And I love you forever, but I'm leaving today. I got my stuff in the truck. Lord, I'm headed down the road. 90 miles an hour, but not a damn place to go. I think I'll trade in this old heartache, try to find some fortune and fame. And I love you forever, but I'm leaving today. Whoa, I love you forever, but I'm leaving today.
Yes, sir. Beautiful.
Gotta say that song when it said my heart was breaking and yours will today. Actually, we decided we were going to split up, or meaning I decided we were going to just call the relationship done. And anyway, when I went home to pack everything, I had to go get one of my other trucks. I come home and her mama done packed everything for me.
Well, ain't that a good woman?
That's kind of
when she didn't need to be.
I'm thinking what she anyways, but yeah, I was like, you know what, she ain't gonna like this, But Now, I don't know. It's all him making a good country music singer, I guess.
Well, that's what life's all about. Certainly brings out the best in some people.
Yeah, but that's what Vern told you. It's hard to sing a country song without living through it. And, you've been through stuff. That's why you're so good.
That's right.
Yep.
So tell us about your book, Beverly.
And that's my book.
Yeah.
It's just, it's really from, I guess, from the cradle to the grave, I guess. It's about Vern growing up and what all he did and up until he passed away and our life in between, our life together on the road, off the road, just, everything. So, yeah, it's all personal, and I just laid it out there for everybody,
And what's this book called?
It's going to be called If You're Going to Do Me Wrong, Do It Right. Yeah, that might give you a little bit of an indication what the book's about. And, I was going to call it Chiseled in Stone, but then I thought, no, I want to use that album cover, the one of If You're Going to Do Me Wrong, Do It Right, the album cover. It's, because that's going to be the cover of the book. And that's what the T-shirts and all are going to be made of with that same picture on there.
Yeah, and you get to see Beverly in a nightgown.
You see through all the way to the bedroom.
That's right.
Right. Yeah, but I just went on ahead and changed it, from chiseled to If You're Going to Do Me Wrong, Do It Right. Because, it took me a year to write this book. And I went through a lot of hard times. I cried my eyes out writing this book. I did not want to have to go back there and remember, all this stuff. And we had a few good times.
It must be quite healing as well to be able to write all that at the same
time
as upsetting.
It is. It's when you write something down on paper, it's almost like pulling poison out of your system. You can actually feel it coming out. And that's a very important thing, for people that are going through anything. If they would sit and write it, and start seeing the release, of a lot of stuff. And that was why, I was wanting to do this book, for a lot of reasons, for Vern and out there to try to help other people, too, that's been in abusive situations or just, going through anything in life. Everybody puts their pets on, one leg at a time. And
Beverly,
for start,
I'm sorry. I thought you were done there, but, because of the delay. But I was going to say, I had a couple questions out of the chat room here. One was Wendy Wallfield says, I can't wait for your book, Mama Dude. And
I know. I love that little Wendy. Let me tell you what, Wes. Wendy is sitting in her car right now, 14 degrees, freezing her little tail off, listening to you. How much this girl loves you.
I hope she's got the heater on. And Marie
wants... I hope she's got the car cranked up and got her heat on, but her phone was going dead. She said she only had like 15% left, so she went out to the car. So, because she wasn't going to miss Wes Brown. She is Wes's biggest fan. She just loves him.
I'm telling you, that's devoted to sit out there and knock your knees together.
I'd be catching him on the replay.
Also, Marie Rowan wants to know, Beverly, where did you get the nickname Dude?
Vern was real shy, okay, when we first met, and we was like at a restaurant, and a couple of days, and, he started getting, recognition, people started recognizing him, okay, but he didn't really want people coming up and asking him for his autograph or anything because, he was just shy. So anyway, I said, well, if I call you Vern, everybody in here is going to know who you are. Okay, so I never called him by his name. From that day, I said, I'm just going to call you Dude. I don't know where Dude came from. It just, it came out of the air somewhere. Okay, I'm going to call you Dude from now on. And he said, okay, I'll call you Dude too. So we called each other Dude the whole time we were together. I was Dude and he was Dude. But everybody called Vern except me. I called him Dude. And but everybody in Nashville knew me as Dude. They didn't even know my name.
So it just stuck, and now you're the Dude.
Yeah, so I just started calling me that, and he started calling me that. And
so do you know Steven Tyler from Aerosmith?
Me?
Yeah. Do you know him?
No. A random question.
No, the reason I asked is because, Well, I thought maybe he wrote the song "Dude Looks Like a Lady" because of you.
Okay, I got it.
Touche, baby, touche.
I got it. Love Shack. I think it's time for y'all to play your Love Shack.
Don't you worry, we'll play you Love Shack. We'll be over here screaming at the top of our lungs every time we play it. We sing along with it.
Hey, who was the guy? Ernest P. Worrell. What was his? Beverly. It was Vern, one of his best friends. He played.
You talking about Jim Barney? Jim Barney. Yeah.
Yeah.
Movie.
He always said, "You know what I mean, Vern."
You know what I mean, Vern? Yeah. And do you know how they actually met?
I don't know. He told me exactly how they met, but I remember he used to tell me he was talking to him when he'd say that. I always wondered why he would say, "You know what I mean, Vern?" And no one ever saw Vern.
Well, okay, we had gotten off of the road, and, Vern rode a lot with Max T. Barnes. Well, Vern was calling Max at the house, so, there wasn't cell phones back then. It was house phones. And so he called and didn't know that while we were gone for about a month, when we got back, Max had moved, okay? And this guy answers the phone, and he has to speak to Max, and he's like, Max don't live here anymore. And he said, well, this is Vern Gosdin, and I was calling, and he said, this is Jim Varney, know what I mean, dude? So Jim had bought Max to his house, and was living there when Vern made this phone call. And that's how they met.
Well, that's quite an interesting little story. That's the last guy I would have thought of.
That was Ernest. Know what I mean, buddy?
Ernest P. Worrell here. I love that guy, man. I used to watch him all the time.
There is a question in the chat room from Ted Williams.
Ask Wes, how do I get over my puss issues to go live feed? I don't know what that means.
What?
He says, how do I get over my puss issues to go live feed?
Oh, he must, I think, saying he's a sissy. How does he get over?
He's a pussy, is that it?
I don't know. First off,
That's what it sounds like you're saying.
Yeah, I'd quit calling himself a puss, and you know what, just do it. You know what, don't picture everyone naked or nothing, just do it. You know what, they're either going to like you or they're not. And guess what, no one's going to like you all the time, so you just got to be sure of what you're doing, I guess. I don't know, I was always just too dumb to be scared, or, I end up embarrassing myself. I don't notice it until it's later on, I embarrass my wife, I think, more than I embarrass anybody. But, it comes with the territory, I guess.
Well, I was always told, now correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe this makes a little sense or something, but a lot of people in radio have told me if you got to go on camera, just talk to the camera like you're talking to a person, and nobody will know the difference.
You know what? That sounds like good advice to me.
That's what I was taught in broadcasting school many years ago. Was because back then a lot of disc jockeys weren't on TV unless they were doing a commercial or something. But they had just simply told us, talk to the camera. Don't try to talk to the people. Talk to the camera as if you're talking to another person, and it just
hey, camera, baby.
I like find a. I know if I ever play in front of a pretty big crowd, it can be breathtaking sometimes. Your heart will go to pumping. I mean, you can be in front of 50 people, but if they are into it and they are having a good time, and it's an electric mic. Mike would, he can probably relate to what I'm talking about. It's an electric feeling when you're up there on stage, and you know what? To be the singer, and you're having to get all them words out and remember all this stuff, and I don't know how to do it, but I'll find me a focus point and just kind of focus on that, and don't ever let them see you sweat. Nope.
Sally Max in the chat. She said, "Just play as if you're alone."
There you go.
Hey.
Hi, Sally.
Hey, you three, have you got any hidden talents?
Oh, God. Well, I don't know what you call hanging upside down shooting a bow and arrow, tree shooting. I've done that.
Well, if that's what you're going to do, you need to come to Texas and hang in the trees because it's free hog shooting around here. Come over here and have all you want.
Well, I was a professional deer hunter for 12 years and worked all the Buckalamas and all these places all over, and I would get on stage, and sister. It was Robin Hood, modern day Robin Hood. Galen Shinkle. I'll never forget that. He was. I was assisting him in shows, and he taught me then how to hang upside down and shoot balloons while they were going around and around, and all this kind of stuff. And,
I'm not even going to ask how you got into that situation.
Yeah, let's not go there.
How in the hell does a guy suggest to a woman, hey, honey, hang upside down in a tree and shoot that thing? What?
It really wasn't in a tree, Brett. It was on a pole.
I only know what I hear over here, and I'm hearing some weird things coming out of
So she
you.
was sliding up and down a pole. Oh, we're hearing it all now. On the Yankee and the Brit show, everybody.
Okay, have you heard of the gravity boots?
They use those when they go to the moon. They don't hang from trees with them.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I sang upside down and trick shoot.
I think we're hearing way too much about Beverly's sex life here. What about you, Mike? Have you got any hidden talents?
Yanki, what am I going to do with you, girl?
Marie says it's because he wanted to see up your dress.
Hey, I'm not going to put a dress on. Thank you. No, give me my jeans and T-shirts, and I'm happy.
What about
once Ramone's be here, I'm hoping mine's going to be in the mail soon.
Well, why don't you put your gravity boots on and come back down to earth here for a minute?
What about you, Wes? Do you have any hidden talents?
He's a welder.
Well, I mean, I don't really hide too much that good. I can roll a joint real good. I'm just playing. I mean,
Well, no wonder you want to get friends with Willie.
Yeah, but that's experience, not actually a talent. You know, can you...
I don't know. It took me a lot of
my day. It was
took me a lot of practice to get it right.
exactly. You know what? It's a skill in itself, I guess. Other than that, no, man. I'll be honest with you. I'm a simple old country boy. You know what? I ain't got much. I'll tell you what, though, getting off the subject just a minute, if one of y'all will give me a email address that I can send you something real quick, I'm going to send you a song or two that I think it was me when I was 16 and when I had one of my bands going back in the day. I think y'all would like to hear that. I just found this stuff.
Well, I'll send you an email right now, and all you need to do is just reply to it.
Okay.
You got a truck, Wes?
Oh, I knew we'd get to that. I knew it. I knew we'd get to that.
Do I have a truck?
You drive a truck? Nice pickup truck?
A Harley.
Well,
Harley.
I've seen the bike, but you can't four-wheel drive with a Harley.
If you got to, no, I actually had a Z71 for a good long while. I've always had a truck. Actually, the first truck that I ever got when I was 16 was a 76 Ford. And it was jacked up and had 38s and the big lifts and all that. And I put 3 motors in it in like 8 months. You know, being an idiot, drinking beer out in the mud holes, doing all that dumb stuff.
Yes, sir.
Want to do.
That's right.
But you know what? I never liked turning wrenches, so, you know. But anyways, I'm a Chevy man if I got to cover that.
Nah.
And most of the time, look, hey, I'm just saying that's what I've usually owned. You know what? I'm one of these. Look, I love Alabama football. But you know what? I'll root for Auburn, too, sometimes.
Roll Tide.
I'm not a hard, roll Tide, you know what? But I'm not going to I ain't going to get killing mad if someone wears an Auburn shirt around me. You know, we got some idiots out in this world, man. They stuff about it. You know, and look, I promise you, I've been accused of being the idiot several times, but man, I believe if we could just get things back to a simpler time, you know what? Everything's done sped up. This world's gotten such a big damn hurry. Everyone's trying to outdo everyone, and you know what? I believe we all miss it.
You know, I ain't much religious, but I'll give you a big amen for that because I agree with you 100%. I've done had enough of this. Let's slow things down and go back to being friends and saying howdy and holding doors for women and stopping and chatting with another man along the way. You know, let's do like we used to do. Shake hands when you make a deal, man. I don't need it in writing. I should be able to trust your word.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like the difference between what happened around here in Nashville compared to what it was when I was first here. It's changed a lot.
Mike, what about you? You got a truck?
Yes. That's kind of an obvious question. I live in Tennessee, man. Come on.
Well, when I lived there, I had a 4-wheel drive truck. I used to go out there in the hills and run those power lines up through there and hit all them back roads, because I didn't want to get too stuck because I didn't know anybody. But yeah, I used to love it.
It's kind of ironic, man. I worked for Ford Motor Company in Ohio for about 16 years, and I ended up buying a Dodge 4x4.
Where'd you work at, Avon?
No. I worked at the transmission plant up there in a town called Batavia, outside of Cincinnati.
Of course, I know where that's at. I'm from Ohio.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm originally from Cincinnati.
Well, I'm from the other corner, up there northeast Ohio.
Ah, there you go. Now you know, to be honest with you, you can't get me back. I love it down here.
Oh, me neither. Texas is where I'm staying. I ain't never leaving this neck of the woods. Too much cold, nasty people up there. I don't do that unfriendly thing.
Well, I'm standing outside at the mall, at Opry Mall right now, and I ain't even got a jacket on, and it's like 75 degrees.
I'll tell you what, I did love Tennessee. I lived outside of Nashville, out west there, off of 40, out there by the I don't know if it's still a Petro fuel stop out there in Kingston Springs. It wasn't far from there, but I loved it.
Oh my God, that's where Bert and I live, Kingston Springs.
Oh hell yeah, really?
Yep.
Yes.
I'll be
That's
damned.
where
I had a girlfriend was a manager at the Petro there for a long time, so we lived in what is it? Is it Dickerson? White Bluff is the little town I stayed in over there.
Yeah, that's where we had our mailbox.
Vince Gill lives over there too.
Yep.
Well, he did. I don't know if he still does or not. Yeah, I met him over there at the fuel stop a couple times before he got famous, before he got real famous, and he wanted me and my girlfriend to go golfing with him and stuff, but wasn't our bag. But he was a nice guy. Seemed all right to me.
Vince is all right. I've known Vince for about 30-some years. I used to hang out with Vince Gill back when he was with Pure Prairie League.
That's pretty wild, man. What a small world. Who knew?
They all actually had their band. The Pure Prairie League band was the Gosdin brothers and him. And what happened was they actually moved into a house, rented a house in my hometown in Ohio, and that's how I actually got to meet him. And then, as ironic as it may sound, later on, my father-in-law introduced me to Larry and Timmy, which was the Gosdin brothers, and he was like, "Oh, Mike, man, we know you. What's up, man?" I was like, "Hello." My father-in-law goes, "You know these guys?" I was like, "Yeah, man. I used to come down there and listen to them play all the time when I was with Pure Prairie League."
And here we thought the world was a big place.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
Well, we are going to put on the Love Shack.
Oh, what happened
Beverly.
to that other song? Did Wes send that song he was talking about?
No, I've not had it yet, but if you could put on that Love Shack for Beverly, otherwise she really will have your guts for garters. I told her I'll put on the speakers so she can hear it.
We'll take a little break here, and we'll come back with Wes Brown, Beverly Gosdin Knight, and Mike Poole. Beverly's just dying to hear this song, so I want to see her get up and shake that moneymaker.
If you see a faded sign at the side of the road that says 15 miles to the
Love Shack! Love Shack, yeah. I'm heading down the Atlanta highway, looking for a love getaway, headed for love, yeah.
I got me a car, it's as big as a whale, and we're heading on down to the Love Shack. I got me a Chrysler and it seats about 20, so come on and bring your jukebox money.
The Love Shack is a little old place where we can get together. Love Shack, baby.
Love Shack, baby.
Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack.
Sign says, stay away, fools, 'cause love rules at the Love Shack.
When it's 7 wells back in the middle of the field, just a funky old shack, and I gotta get back. Get her on the mattress, get her on the highway, get her on the front porch, get her on the highway. The Love Shack is a little old place
shack shimmies. The whole shack shimmies when everybody's moving around and around and around and around.
Everybody's grooving, baby.
Folks lining up just to get down.
Everybody's grooving, baby.
Funky little shack, funky little shack. I hopped in my Chrysler, it's as big as a whale, and it's about to set sail. I got me a call that seats about 20, so come on and bring your jukebox money.
The Love Shack is a little old place where we can get together. Love Shack, baby.
A love shack, baby.
Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. 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 Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby.
Knock a little louder, baby.
Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby.
Knock a little louder, sugar.
Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby. Bang, bang, bang on the door, baby. Bang, bang
On the door.
bang, bang
On the door.
bang, bang
On the door, baby.
bang, bang.
You're what?
Tin roof rusted. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack.
I watch those videos all the time. Y'all are just hilarious.
We probably ruined the whole
I just
experience.
laugh so often.
We had
Y'all
such
are
a good
so
time
funny.
doing that.
Donna was in here dancing away.
I'm sorry, Wes.
Yeah, I said Love Shack. Wow.
Love that. Happy birthday, Mike.
Thank you.
Yes, happy birthday. 95 and a half today. Mike Poole is on the line.
Very
Yeah,
cool,
I'm pushing
man.
100. I'm pushing 100.
He is.
Right.
Hey, it's so nice to have you guys here, man. We got Wes Brown, Beverly Gosdin Knight, and Mike Poole with us. These guys are a friggin' riot, man. You can't beat this for a get-together. Gotta love it, man. Right here on the front porch swing with the Yankee and the Brit. Guys, kick back and enjoy what everybody's got to say. Beverly, you want to talk a little bit more about that book?
Well, I hope it's going to be out pretty soon. It's going to be long enough to write it.
When is
Right now, it's in Alabama. George Murray, that was Burns' manager, and George Jones, and Hank Jr., and all of them back then, and I've known him forever. And he's got it, and he's got so many more pictures that I don't have, all of us put together, that he's adding to the book. And he said that they've got most of it done, so it shouldn't be long, and it's going to go to print. And he said he put the rush on it, so that, we can hurry up and get this out, because I know there's a lot of people out there waiting on it, and, that I hope it'll be out soon. But it's just about, mine and Bubba's life together, and what kind of person he was, and, it's just, about everything, I guess, on the road and off the road, and I have some of my story times, that I put out on my Facebook page. If somebody's out there listening, you're not friends with me, you can go on and find me on Beverly Gosdin Night, and I do story times sometimes, and, put these little stories on. And some of those are in the book, too, but, most of it, was just the real deal, our life together.
Hey, Beverly, I'm going to have to ask you, the signal, your phone seems to have gone down with the signal. Can you hop up and down on one leg or stand on your head? You can do that hanging from the trees, can't you? Get back in the tree and hopefully your signal will get a bit better.
Yeah, put those gravity boots on. Let's see if that helps any.
Brian James last week, he put some tin foil on his head and made little spikes out of it, and it worked as a perfect little antenna. So hopefully you could do something so that it improves the signal over here. And I also wanted to say to you, when you release your book, let me have the link to the website where you're selling it, and I will put a link on my website on the little page where we sell Wes Brown shirts. Put a link on there, and hopefully people can find it on there. There's a bit of a shameless plug. We are now making Wes Brown's shirts. The Yankee and the Brit are making Wes Brown shirts.
Well, I got to tell you, Wes, I can't convert that video. I can't convert that song.
You can't open it, can't.
No, it's in a WPL, and I don't have a converter for that. Can you send it in an MP3 by any chance?
Yeah, that's what I was sitting here trying to do. I tell you what, I am not look, I'm about retarded when it comes to computers. I'll say.
Hey, let me ask you while we got you here, what is Twist on It? What's that all about?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what Twist on It's about. I got a buddy of mine that, okay, we all ride bikes, some would say, we bikers. When you gotta go, when you want to go faster, you got to twist on it. Well, I don't know. We were sitting around the house one night, and I'm sure we probably were digging into a bottle or something. But anyways, all I remember is him cracking some joke, and he said, "Sometimes you just got to twist on it." And I'll tell you what, I laughed harder at him. So, being the smart man that I am, I decided to tattoo that on my forearm. So, forever. So anyway, I guess it's just one of them little sayings. You got to feed it. Sometimes you got to feed it, speed till you ride. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I just wondered. I see that on. We have that on the shirt now. And
yeah, you know what? Twist on it. People always ask me what that's about. Most time when they meet me though on my bike, I don't know. It just is part of me. It's just my little saying. Twist on it. If Nike has just do it. Wes Brown has twist on it.
Well, I thought it was to do with your middle finger. If you swear at someone and you put your middle finger...
That's sit and spin. That ain't twist on it.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit of a spin on that, I guess.
Look, I'm trying to multitask right here. And,
yeah, Randy's trying to convert that file for you right now. Hopefully we'll get it on. Hopefully.
Yeah, we will. I'm close to it, I think. But anyways, you know what? I want to tell y'all, thank y'all for, taking the time, and helping with the shirts and everything. All of y'all, Beverly, Mike, and both y'all, Yanki and Brit, because you know what, like I said, I'm the underdog, and it's my fault that I'm the underdog, you know what, but that don't mean that, you know what, I would like to see country music come back. I'd like to see, I'm not saying I like some of the stuff I hear nowadays, if it's replays from the 90s or something, if someone don't try to bring country music back and keep, look, we're down to what? Willie Nelson and Chris Christopherson. We're nearly out of our rate, and before long, man, we're gonna have and not know nothing about country songs. I don't know. I don't even want to get on that. I agree with you.
Yeah, you're so right about that. I know that's what I got a post down with Chris Christopherson on there now, and it's like, oh my God, you're really the only one left when these guys are gone, So anyway, we got Wes Brown, because Wes Brown needs the boss, and he's going to bring it back. I can tell you that right now. And, I'm just kind of picking up where Vern left off. When Vern met Wes, he thought that he was the greatest thing he ever saw. And then Vern passed away. And fortunately, Wes and I, has been able to hook up. And I'm just wanting to carry this on with Wes and take him as far as I can. And, where Vern left off. And so anyway, that's what we're working on. And we got a lot of things coming up with them, working on tours and and other stuff. So there's a lot of exciting things going on. And yeah, I said, I told Wes, I said, I said, there hasn't been really anybody out there since Garth Brooks, to me, that was top dog, because he was. And I think Wes is the next one that's going to come in and take over country music.
Well, I think he's well on his way because he's got that voice, I'm telling you.
Well, I can tell that you're standing on your head because your signal is a lot better. You're either standing on your head or you're doing a Mr. Bean. You've got your arm out.
Okay, let me tell you what I did, Donna. I went outside, and I'm freezing my towel off now. Is that better for you?
Well, if you're
75 here in Nashville, what are you guys complaining about?
If you're standing out...
It's cold here.
If you're standing on your head, Beverly, you got them gravity boots on, wrap a little tinfoil around those puppies, and that ought to just about work. Spread your legs wide, you'll be like an old set of rabbit ears out there. It ought to work. Hey, Beverly.
Yeah, I'm hanging upside down on the bed in relation to my head.
Well, hell, if you can hang from a tree, you can put some tinfoil on your feet. Sharon Hutchinson wants to know, Beverly, if you still ride your bike.
Do I what now?
Do you still ride your bike?
Do I still ride my book?
Do you still ride your bike?
Do I still ride my bike?
Yeah. Motorcycle.
Oh, a bike. What are you talking about? A bicycle or a motorcycle?
Yeah, motorcycle. You still ride it?
Oh, okay. So much to know for the pictures on my page. That was my cousins. They came and got me last year and took me riding on their Harleys.
Never mind that. Randy just said motorcycle. What the hell is that?
What's a motorcycle?
What's a motorcycle?
That's a redneck way of saying that.
Oh my gosh.
That's that American thing we was talking about yesterday, Donna.
Yeah, that's right. Tell her, Mike.
Wish you guys would talk in English sometimes.
That's redneck right there. Red like the dick on a dog. Motorcycle.
You guys over in England call it a motorbike. We call it a motorcycle.
I call it a HD.
There you go. That rates right up there with that guitar.
Yes, with a guitar.
A guitar. A guitar and a motorbike.
There you go.
A motorbike.
Motorbike. That reminds me of one of them little scooters cutting down the road.
That's about all they get, like the Italians zipping around on their little mopeds.
Yeah.
So what's your current plans then, Mr. Wes? Do you write your own songs?
Yeah, I actually I've got a ton of songs that I've written over the years. You know what? It's funny, and I don't know why it's always been like this with me, but as far as writing the songs and even coming down to performing it, on different levels, it seems like I come up with some of my best material, and I get commented on as far as people saying, man, I could feel that, or you brought tears to my eyes and stuff. It seems like when I'm in the most screwed up situations, going through a divorce or separate or something, after my brother died, some of them things in life that'll shake your foundation. It's like it opens creativeness starts flowing for me, or I don't know. I can't really explain it. And you know what? About the time I get my life all back straight and everything's good and on up and up, all the music kind of just, it ain't as interesting or it don't sound the same. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but I'm telling you, it's the truth.
Do you write your music or does somebody else write it for you? Yeah, wow.
Do you actually write it or does it just kind of come from inside?
It just comes from inside. I can't read a musical note. I ain't never read music. But now, you know what? I just go on what I think sounds good. And you know what? You can take that. I can chord out something and kind of come up with this regular tune, how I think something needs to go, and then put the words to it. And then you can get up, well, I was going to say up in Nashville. You know what? Nowadays, with the internet and everything, Nashville's overrated, man. I hope no one gets mad at me and, shuns me for that. But well, I'm just saying it is. It's overrated. I don't give a damn if I'm in Nashville, California, or if I'm in Big Alabama, where I was raised pigs. You know what? You can have the same hard drive, and it all comes down to a good producer, a good artist, a good team, because you don't make it in this business without a team. You know what? Anyone tells you, that they went up there with a backpack on their back and sat on the side of the road on Broadway, and they, hitting knocking fire these days. You know what? I'd have to see that. these days, you know what, things are done. Well, look what we're doing right now, you know. And, you know, I'm not in Texas, so I believe, you know what, and that makes me feel like I've got more of a shot these days of maybe getting my music on out to the world because, you know, certain people judge a book by its cover or, ooh, that boy, he's done, you know, he's been in a little bit of trouble in his life. We can't work with him. Well, hell, I don't want to work with him anyways, you know?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. So how do you put these together? Do you just sit there and start plucking till it falls together, or do you have something come into your head that kind of leads you in that direction?
I'll tell you what. Well, I'm sitting here trying to write a song for my buddy in Texas. He said, Wes, how you get them words? They just come to your head. I said, buddy, let me tell you one thing. It usually starts with a damn stiff drink. Then the words started flowing, and I just come over my head. That's how I write songs. That's how I live life. I play the situation by ear. Hopefully it sounds nice. Trying to please everybody with the words to a song. Oh, hell, I know it won't last long. And that's the way I write when I write a song. Look, that's last thing. Look, it's just, you know what, just stupid stuff like that. I get more serious when I'm really writing a song, you know, if I think. But you know what, I can't really sit here and say that every song that I write, I sit here and think I'm trying to write. I don't write like trying to write a number one hit or, you know, all about the money. You know, when you ain't never made no money like me, you really can't. You know, I don't miss being a millionaire. You know? Well,
I want a copy of that.
Look, I got it. Well, you the one with the radio show. You better be recording. Hey, look, I think I've got it.
It ain't coming through real clear, so you need to do it again. Not right now.
Really having trouble converting your file.
I've got one song anyways. I'm fixing to send it to you right now. This is the MP3 that I'm sending to you right now.
Love.
But I don't know which. And I was 16 years old. I was listening to it. My vocals sounded a lot more clear. That was, but I don't know. I'll let y'all judge that. See, back then we didn't have Facebook. Well, you know, I mean, we didn't. There's some videos. I had some buddies they'd videotape it, but you know, that's been, well, Lord, that was back. It's been a while back. You know, it's 20 years ago. It's hard to keep up with videos.
Tell us some of your stories from being on the road, Mr. Mike.
You really want to know that? we got a thing when we do road trips is what happens on the road stays on the road.
Oh, you're such a spoiled sport. 95 and a half years old. You should have lots of stories for me.
I got major ones, more than what you want to know.
Yeah, you know, talking about Willie Nelson's bus. Now, last night, all the pot smoking and stuff. And then I got to thinking today, that's what Vern's bus was. He didn't allow smoking on the bus. You cannot smoke cigarettes on the bus. But he would smoke pot and had a chewing tobacco. And they used to make everybody so bad, his spit cuts stuck around with chewing tobacco, and they couldn't smoke.
Look, I threw off a bus for lighting one up in the back, but I didn't own the bus. I'm sure Vern owned the bus. I can tell you one thing: if you go on tour with another artist or Elvis impersonator, let's just say that, I ain't gonna name no names. Don't
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Don't light a doobie in his bedroom in the back of the bus, you know, because he probably will get a little upset. But that's what I end up doing. So that's my story, what happened on the road.
And I'm sticking to it.
DeBron.
Hey, look, Mike Baker was there. He wasn't in the back room with me, though.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. Look,
I know.
We're headed to Indiana, yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about that today, Wes.
Yeah, did y'all? Yeah, we did, didn't we, Mike? Look,
yeah, we did.
I ain't trying to jump off the track, but Did y'all get that email? If it'll open, then I can quit trying to mess with this thing. If not, I'm going to quit messing with it anyways.
No,
I
it
ain't
still
seen
came
one.
through. It still came through as a WPL file, which it says that I can convert it with Microsoft Converter, but I can't get it to work.
Well, it wasn't meant to be. I had a song on there, Fire Down Below. You know Fire Down Below.
Yes,
by,
we
Bob
do.
Seger.
Bob Seger.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, look, that was my jam back in the day. I remember the first time I heard it, I was just a young teenager, and look, I told my bass player, I said, man, I think I can play that in G. Because look, I'd lost all my harmonicas except I play cross harp, so I could play a C harp. You play it in a G chord, and I said, man, we'll play it like that, and we did. And look, it was a breakthrough. I started that song off, and boy, it was just it was good old times back then, man. Young, wasn't trying to take care of a family or support a family with this. It was all fun back then.
Hey, Debra that holds the tits is in the chat room, and she says, wow, I must say, Wes, you are a handsome-looking guy, and you look great in that red rag tie.
Uh-oh.
Is that
look,
is that what you wear on your head, a tie?
Well, you know what, like I said earlier, I welded for like over 10 years, 11 years, so the rag on my head is nothing more than keeping from sweating all down in my guitar. Because I sweat. Man, look, I don't know what it is. That guitar, when I put the guitar on, I go to sweating, and then sweat goes down into my electrical system, and then you just got issues, So, and then, I've had people ask, why do you wear a tank top? Why would, why does... But I'm hot,
No, but Vern can. That's what Vern did. Before he'd go on stage, sweat would be actually dripping off of his hands every night before he went on stage or did anything like that. He was sweating stuff. It would just drip off of him.
I don't know why. You know what? I remember talking to Vern about that too, and he couldn't put his finger on it. I'm serious. I could be sitting, I don't care, we'd be in Alaska, I think that's where Wendy is. You know what, I could go outside with my shirt off and grab this guitar and go to play a song, and I start sweating. Maybe it's the adrenaline or something like that, and I've been doing that since I was a kid.
You know what I always found out? I always found out if you're on stage and you're not sweating, you're not doing your job.
That's it. That's what I'm talking. Whoa, okay. Fire Down Below, big dog. Here we go. It's last time, and if it don't work this time, then we're going to call her a night.
Well, you're going to call it a night then, because I just got it, and it came through as the same thing. That's a Windows player file, and it's in an HTML code, and it has to be converted over, and it won't play. I can't even play it right out of the email like it is.
Hey, Wes, Maria's in the chat room, and she's asking, does anyone know what a G plus is? And I told her it's your G string.
Does anyone know what is?
G plus.
Look, this one right here.
Google.
Go ahead, Wes.
Yeah, I'm a drummer, and I know what that is.
Look at here. You know what that is? I tell you what. I think I got it because I can. It said MP3, and it's sending it to you in just 1 second. And someone just reply, look, I'm sorry. Y'all, people out here listening is going to think, that boy, he might play guitar, but he ain't worth the shit I'm saying.
The Southern thing, Wes.
I'll read the first one. Here we go. Look, it's Fire Down Below after normalized in MP3. I'm fixing this, finna blast her off, sends it upload right there. Here we go. Get her done. It's coming y'all's way right there towards Texas.
All right. Send it on there, cowboy.
We've got your Fire Down Below.
Here comes over road. Look mighty fine. Here comes out of Memphis. Stepping right on time. Here comes street lights. Bringing on the night. Here comes the bell. Selfish chips on the line. All through the midnight.
They'll watch you come and watch you go. Oh, they know.
Only one thing is coming.
They got the fire down below.
Then look out, come in.
Check him out.
Oh, that all good stuff, harmonica.
we gonna play some? Are we gonna play dueling harmonicas?
That's in my ears.
When I was a little boy.
Hey.
That's a real harmonica player right there. Hey, we got that song here. We can play it now.
Oh, okay. Look, I bet I ain't even put harmonica on that one. We'll see. I know that's when I was 16.
All right, Fire Down Below, Wes Brown, when he was 16 years old. Let's check it out.
Don't give it up for Wes Brown cover. Listen.
On the road, she looking mighty fine. Here goes Aunt Nancy, she's stepping right on time. Here go the street lights, bring it on the night. Here come the mail, said he's in from the line. All through the midnight, watch him come, watch him go. With only one thing in common, they got the fire down below.
They can hear it. I'm just playing it right out of the email.
Here go the romance on the after half street. Here go the bank, and all you have to car. One thing for certain, it ain't never gonna stop. All through the midnight, oh, watch it come, watch it go. Oh, they go. With only one thing in common, we got the fire down below. On the river streets of Boston, and I'm working every day. And it went on yesterday, but it's going on tonight. Somewhere there's somebody treating somebody right. We're looking out the road, she's looking mighty fine. And there's a woman in the streets of Nancy, riding real time. Street lights and liquor, bring it on tonight. We're sleeping in the dark, sleeping out of sight. Yes, all through the midnight, watch it come and watch it go. With only one thing to come, they got the fire down below.
Oh, hell yeah. Boy, does that take me back to some bar times.
Oh my gosh, can you believe that? A boy of 16 playing like that. Oh my gosh. Wes Brown. Wow. Oh.
If life gets hard to understand, your whole life is way out of hand. Under
Hello, Papa.
Hey, come see your Barbara. Look here. I wrote this Honky tonk face, stand up a case, and put a strain on my life. Turning like a page, living on the stage, and I got a buzz most of the time. And what my mama knows, she put me on, she got a bad card, and I got this. He should have known I'd be just like John, born and bred to raise some hell. I'm not a single one of a kind, no plans on around. Only like a freight train, beating on a 6-string, blowing smoke in the air. Well, when I'm on real country's what I play, y'all get all falling outside me. Well, the devil, something they say, it don't have to be the way the last of die free. But how clear is that coming over that phone?
Yes, sir.
It's not brilliant. I must admit, it's not 100% brilliant. However, it is damn good.
I think everybody gets the idea.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, on this side.
You know, as soon as we're done with the show, you can play it back, too, for any part you want to go back and check it out, and you'll see what it sounds like. I just can't figure out why, when you do your live videos, it sounds so good, and yet we do it through the phone, and it comes and goes. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know how to cure that.
You know what? It's for some reason, I guess the speaker that, you know, is just getting my voice over this is, no, hell, that'd be the same speaker, though, when you're videoing something, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be the same.
That's it, and I don't understand what the difference is. I mean, you know, you're using all that energy and everything to broadcast a video along with your audio, and yet when you're doing it through the phone with just audio, it still doesn't come out just right. So I don't quite understand what that's all about. But I'm going to work on that.
No, that'd be cool. Maybe one day we can put something together where you could go, like, do a live radio show, but do it like a live on, you know, how I do, like, live feeds. But I don't know how you would get all three of us on one of them.
You'd have to be in a studio connected to an outside internet connection or a good clear line, you know, that you could do it with. I'm surprised Mike isn't over there playing his drums.
That's the same thing I was just thinking. I was about to say, Mike, if he was at home, he could be playing drums while Les is playing guitar here.
And Beverly could sing back.
I know that. My drums are at home.
Yeah, here's them all.
I'm in town right now, so
Look, I tell you what, Mike understand. We've got a game plan. It's kind of a covert operation right now, but everyone's they're gonna know it when it hits. I believe this new CD that's coming that you know I've been working on, and Mike is really coming through as far as you know what we're gonna. I think you know what me and Mike ain't talk too much about it in depth as far as I think we're gonna set up like a rehearsal to where we're gonna try out a few different musicians because we got a couple people we're still trying to find. Because what I'd love to do, I'd love to find the band, building the right band, and we've got you know our main players, but I'd like players that can play more than just one. You know, which Mike needs to just play the drums, but you know I'd like someone who can play keyboards, guitar, and you know. That way they can move around sometimes.
It's guitar. You say it guitar. You've got to say it the way people will understand. It's guitar.
we're looking for actual utility players. That's what they call them down in Nashville.
There you go. See, I don't know the lingo.
Hey, Beverly, I wanted to ask you something.
Yes, sir.
When you, after you was with Vern for a while, and you guys, you know, were a couple, and you were into the music and all that stuff, did it get tough? Did it get stressful trying to keep up with everything? And you know, I mean, did you enjoy it more than you dreaded it sometimes, or did you always enjoy it and never dread it, or was it kind of a mixture?
It was a mixture. It was just a nervous, exciting adrenaline that I had going on all the time that kept me going, to do everything that I do. Because, it wasn't easy. It was hard out there.
Yeah.
Because, because I took care of so much. When we was at home, I had to take care of everything, and then when we was on the road, it was always very, demanding for me. And I was more of his manager or something than I was a wife,
Did you keep your married life separate from the music business, or did it all kind of run together?
No, we didn't really have a personal life. We didn't really have a marriage or a personal life. It was all about him and his music.
So it consumes everything that you guys were.
Right.
That's just a typical man, that is.
His career controls, our life and everything,
Yeah, it sounds pretty tough. I hear that a lot, and I just wondered if it was true in your case, too. I mean, as popular as he was, as famous as he was, that's got to be pretty rough to walk along in those same footsteps.
I walked along beside him, I sang on the records with him, I sang on stage with him, I got him dressed, got me dressed, took care of the sound, I took care of everything.
Did you make sandwiches?
No, we had a list of Cracker Barrels that we stopped at night.
I love eating at Cracker Barrel. Randy's not.
I love Cracker Barrel.
They're on my shit list now. Their sausage, gravy, and biscuits stink. They wouldn't know how to make a biscuit if you threw it at them.
I did tell you yesterday, Beverly, that Randy has had me make a spreadsheet because he can never remember all the places that he likes to eat. So he has had me make a spreadsheet because I'm the spreadsheet nerd, and I write in there all the places that he doesn't like to eat and all the places where the coffee sucks. Because it is all about what the husband wants.
Well, I understand that.
If the coffee ain't no good, I ain't going back. I'll guarantee you that much right now. Well, you guys are too much, man. It's been awesome having you guys hang out with us. We got about 20 minutes left if you want to use it up.
Hey, go for it. Go for it. We need to hear some more about Wes.
Well, there's so much. I don't even, Wes is just free to let her roll.
People cannot get enough of him. That's one thing funny, if he's an hour late going on stage or something, like the other night. I mean, people they sat there and waiting, for him to come on. They just cannot wait, for him to come on stage. And, and anyway, he's just awesome. I know, me too. I mean, I'm the same way. He's just awesome, and I can't wait to see him.
Did you study any music at all, like at school or at college or anything, Wes?
That's a big negative.
That would be a no.
So you taught all that yourself? You taught yourself all that?
Yeah, it's a God-given gift. I'm not a religious guy, but you know what? I read the Bible, and you know what? I try to apply it the best way I can, which I'm lazy on that part too. But we ain't gonna get on that subject right now. But I can tell you this: comes natural. I don't know.
It's a God-given talent.
Yeah, I'll say it's great too. Yeah. I can't say it enough, man. His voice, everything about him is just right on the money. It's gonna nail it.
I think Mike's fixing to lose service.
Yes, he's just gone right now. He's just disappeared on us. Well, Randy has 10 questions to ask you both.
Yeah, we could do that now.
Are you all game for these questions?
Uh-oh.
Let's start with Beverly, and I'll ask Wes last. How's that sound?
Uh-oh.
All right, Beverly. Question number 1. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite word?
My favorite word?
Yes.
You know what? I don't know. I don't know if I have one. I don't have anything that I just say all the time. I don't guess I do.
Do you have a least favorite word?
Yeah, but I ain't saying it. Yeah, it sounds something else.
Well, I figured that. Number 3, what turns you on?
In what way?
Whatever way you want.
Is there something that
it's an open-ended question.
Is there something that you really like?
What are you talking about here? Okay, what turns me on, what keeps me motivated in life is music.
Music.
What turns you off?
Right. What turns me off?
Yes.
People lying to me, I guess.
What sound?
Dishonest. Dishonest and lying. And drama. I just can't put up with that.
Oh, amen. What sound do you love?
I love the sound of the guitar. To hear Wes sit down one-on-one, you know, and strum a guitar, that is the most exciting thing in the world to me.
What sound do you hate?
Oh, God, chainsaws. I can understand to hear somebody with a chainsaw trying to saw down a tree or something. That just, I hate that. I hate that.
Number 8, what profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Other than my own?
Yeah.
What I'm doing now?
What else would you like to try? Anything else?
Oh, Lord, well...
We know you hang from trees.
Yeah, I've done that. I really can't, I don't know, because, I mean, you know, music's all I've ever done all my life, you know?
All right, fair enough. What profession would you not like to do?
Well, I won't say that.
What's that, hooker?
I would not do that. Yeah, you got it pretty good. You can fill in the blanks, can't you?
Hopefully Wes can give us a few more answers on these questions. Oh, you've not asked it.
I got one more yet.
One question left.
Number 10, the last question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude, you made it.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, really. No, I expect to be there, and I expect to see, you know, him standing face to face. And I don't know, just the you know, he's proud of me, you know, for what all I've done and accomplished, and you know, I like to help others. And
what about you, Wes? What is your favourite word?
My favourite word. What is this? Where I say twist on it? Probably has been sorry.
What's your least favorite word?
Least favorite word. I don't think I got a least favorite word. I mean, yeah. You know what, Hattie? We can say punk. I can't stand to be, you know, which now that's what, I got a buddy named Lee out there that he's probably going to be calling me punk now because he's trying to mess with me. But
An instigator, yeah?
Oh, yeah. That's my buddy, though.
And, okay, number 3, what turns you on?
My wife turns me on.
Good answer.
That'll save your hide. What turns you off?
Turns me off, I'll tell you what turns me off, over-aggressive women that try to throw themselves at you or try to, you know, I don't know, man. You know what? These days, the little girls ask the little boys to the dance. I mean, that's all good and fine, but, you know, there's some women out here that, you know, I'm just trying to sing a song sometimes. They can kind of get a little retarded sometimes. So, but, you know, I guess that's each his own.
What sound do you love?
I love the sound of some drag pipes.
Oh, you go to drag strip?
No, I just got some drag, the Cobra drag pipes on my bike.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Sounds like thunder rolling in the distance.
You like that tone when you hit them just right, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. What sound do you hate?
Can't stand the damn feedback sound. You know, that squealing sound?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'll rock you sometimes.
What's your favorite curse word?
Shit.
I knew what that one was right away. What profession other than yours would you like to attempt? And we know you're a welder, something else.
Porn star? No, I'm just playing. I couldn't qualify for that. I don't know. I would probably, I've tried a lot of things. I'm not real good at a lot of stuff, so I'd like to be a damn astronaut. I believe I could really make some good achievements up there.
Well, you can borrow Beverly's boots. What profession would you not like to do?
I wouldn't like to be that guy who cleans out the sewers and stuff, you know, in big cities.
Yeah, anything where you're hammering shit all day. I wouldn't want to do that.
I wouldn't want to be a Mike Rowe either. Last one, the main question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Thank you, my faithful servant.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
Look, I appreciate y'all. It's been awesome. It's been a great time. Thank y'all for this.
Oh, thank you very much. We just cannot thank you guys enough for giving us the time.
I think I got the email about them shirts, but I think we're gonna put one together or something, and I'll start wearing it at my shows and stuff. So.
All right. Well, we're all about that.
Yeah, no problemo. And you guys are welcome on here anytime you want.
Call out of the blue, whatever you want to do, but I can't thank you enough. Wes, thank you very much for your time. I know you're a busy guy. Beverly, thank you very much. And Mike Poole, of course, who was here. I think he disappeared off into the crowd.
Yeah, we lost Mike. You mentioned a CD earlier. Where can we get your CD? I know you've got your CD, baby, and you can download the music.
They can go to citybaby.com and just look up Wes Brown. The name of the album is called Keeping It Country, and it also has Vern Gosdin on it with me. But also, then I've got a website at WESB31 .wixsite.com. They can go to my website or just look me up on Facebook and follow my music page, because I got a lot of people out there. I've got like 786 friend requests that I'm not responding to because I can't. I'm over the limit with friends, and I just want the people to know I'm not stuck up and not just avoiding them. I really can't accept them. That's why I need everyone. I got to herd them like a bunch of cattle to my music page and get my personal. Look, I get on my personal Facebook page, and I don't know anyone anymore, you know. But they all know me for some reason. So, anyway, anyone out there, if y'all can like the music page, and y'all, I'm gonna start doing all my live feeds and everything from the music page instead of my personal page. So, and it's got links all through that to get to the website. And but CD Baby is gonna be the main way to get a album right now, digital album, because the hard copies I'm gonna be making is gonna be of this new album fixing to come out, and that's when things are gonna really get interesting. So.
And Beverly, when do we expect to hear about your book?
Well, I hope it's going to be out real soon.
Awesome.
And I need one of those T-shirts, too, so I send my T-shirt to my book signing.
Yes. You will have a shirt.
You're going to look all fancy.
And we have chosen a pink one for you, seeing as you couldn't decide.
Well, I said pink or white.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks nice.
I said whatever color you thought would look best, with that picture.
Yeah, you look pretty hot.
Since I'm in the pink nightgown, I thought maybe on a pink T-shirt. I don't know.
Oh, you're going to look all right. Don't you worry about that. All right, we got to go. We're just about out of time here, so we're going to have to wrap it up.
You guys can catch the Yankee and the Brit on a Friday and a Saturday night at 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. Central Time. You can also catch on a Sunday night the Yankee and the Brit from 7 till 8, and then the UTA Live, which is a trucking show. You can catch them on a Sunday night. And Wes and Beverly and Mike, you guys are, like I said earlier, you guys are welcome on the show with us anytime. And maybe we can hook up like a Skype video or something. I don't know. We'll work out something.
Never
for the
thought
future.
about that. That's a hell of an idea.
Yes, we will work out something.
Well, this has been awesome.
Well, thank you, Wes. Appreciate it, man. Get over there and get to jamming. Beverly, thank you, dear. It's been a great time. We'll get with you on the shirts and things. And Mike, I know you're out there somewhere. Tell Mike we said we can't thank him enough for hanging out with you guys and joining us on the show. Appreciate it, y'all. We're going to throw one more of Wes's songs out here, The Dream, and then we're going to get out of here.
Well, we appreciate you having us.
Thank you very much.
Love you guys.
We love you guys.
Love you guys. Awesome.
Appreciate every minute of it. Y'all take care.
All right. Thank you.
Yes'm. Yankee and the Brit, the RTM Radio Network. One more from Wes Brown, and we got to get out of here. The Dream.
Behind the wheel, late at night, can play tricks on your mind. And
Yankee and the Brit, the RTM Radio Network. Wes Brown and the Dream. That's about it. We're going to wrap it up and get out of here. I can't thank you guys enough. We love you all for tuning in tonight. I'm sure Wes enjoys every minute of it. I know Beverly did. Thank you guys a million times over. We'll be back tomorrow night for about an hour, and then the United Truckers of America Live will be on at 8 o'clock. Till then, we'll see you around next Friday for some more great country music and, of course, lots of that Wes Brown music. Till then, you guys take care. We love you. And say goodnight, Donna.
Good night, Donna.
Make